Hey everybody, it's Eric, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Discord server that we have set up for the Bataille game series. Now, Discord is a free app that's typically used by gamers. It allows you to chat with your friends, kind of like Skype or FaceTime, but it has a lot more versatility to it. And if you've been watching any of our recent live streams, you'll see that I'm using Discord when I'm communicating with the other folks that are part of our multiplayer Vassal game. What's nice about that is we can all chat with each other, we can see each other if we have our video on, and we can also then go into separate channels when we want to communicate, maybe privately. So, for example, the French want to have a powwow and talk about strategy or tactics. They can go into a separate little voice channel and they can talk while the coalition's doing the same thing. Similarly, when we are playing the game and we want to have people that are maybe on the north end of the map or the central part of the map kind of deal with each other so we're not all talking over each other, we'll go into a separate channel, and then just those 2 or 3 people that are involved in that section of the map can talk and resolve combat and movement and things like that without necessarily talking over the other group that's doing the same thing in a different channel. So it's really very flexible and it's really easy to use. And I'm pretty excited because we've got people from all over the world currently using it. We've got folks from Europe as well as North America. And I'd really, let's dive into it right now and take a look at some of the different features. And then I would encourage you to take a look at the Discord invite that's down in the description. And you too can then join our group and hopefully find other players and get information on rules and all kinds of other great stuff. So let's take a look at it right now. Okay, we are looking at the Bataille series game Discord server. Once you've subscribed, you'll see the server name listed over here. There's other servers, and I copied this one mostly based on what the guys had done with the Great Campaigns of the American Civil War server. So you'll see on the left-hand side, here's all the different places within the server you can go. And then here on the right-hand side, you'll see different members of the server. So these are people who have an account with Discord, and they have joined in with the server. And so therefore, they're able to look at the different text-based things that have been posted, as well as they can join in on the voice chats. If you see here, these group up here, these are people that are currently online, and then down here we have people that are offline. If you wanted to talk to somebody who is on this group here, you could then go ahead and then just select their name, and you could send them a message, or you could, if they're offline, you could then select them and then also send them a message. And then the next time they're online, they'll see that message. Now, going over here to the server information section. First off, we've got our welcome page. On our welcome page, this is where people can go and they are going to say, hey, this is who I am, this is where I am, and you'll see that we've got people here from Germany and Switzerland, Ireland, England, as well as North America who have signed in. And we've had some people who've had some different suggestions that they've written stuff up about, and people then are replying here as well. In the announcements section, if we had any announcements about upcoming events, maybe a virtual tournament or conference, we would post that here. And in the general section, people have posted various and sundry things. It kind of keeps track of when people join in with the server. Last but not least, in this section of text channels, we've got an after actions reports, and this is where people can go ahead and post an after action of what's going on. Now, we've got another section here for rules questions, always important for the La Bataille people. First is, of course, which rule should I use? And there's always a fair amount of discussion regarding that here. Then we've got rules or posts about 5th edition rules, regs, Premier, Marie Louise, etc. So you can read through these posts. If you want to post a question about something, you can do that here. And we have a number of people that are in the server that might have a particular area of expertise in one set of the rules or not. Now, what really would be good here for people to do is in this looking for games section, if you wanted to play a vassal version of the game and play it live with someone, you could go to the lives game section here and you could then post, hey, my name is Bob, I live in Florida, and I'm looking for someone in, North America or in this time zone or wherever who's interested in playing a vassal game of La Bataille de Moscow or Ligny or whatever happens to be available that you guys want to play. And you could post that here, and then if there's somebody who sees that and wants to, fits that criteria, wants to play, then they can message you and you guys can set something up. Similarly with the play by emails, this is where you could go and you could post, hey, I'm looking for a player who wants to play via email and whichever vassal game, and you guys can then set it up. Now, if you are on and you're playing some games with folks, we've got the voice channels, and this is where you're going to go to actually converse with people. So if you click on the voice channel, it's then going to drop you into that channel. If there were other people here in the channel with me, we could chat with each other. If I had my video on, they could see my happy smiling face, or I could share my screen with them. If you are doing a multiplayer game, this is where you could then go, and if you wanted to have the French or the coalition, the players that are involved with that, they could then go into that chat, and they would then be separate from the other folks in the game. You guys can talk strategy and tactics, and then pop back into either lobby or into whichever game room you guys are participating in. So we've got, plenty of options for people to use, and it's all very simple. You can move from one to the next without any problems. If you need to mute yourself, maybe your kids are screaming in the background, or the dog is barking, or a phone call happened, you can just click on the mute button. That will mute you. If you also want to mute the other people in the channel, maybe so you can answer the telephone or whatnot, just hit the deafen, and that is going to then silence everything. They can't hear you, and you can't hear them, and you can finish up your conversation or your telephone call, and then you'll just click on this, and then now you're ready to converse again. If for some reason you're having issues with the video or with the audio, that is, the folks can't hear you, the little cog wheel here, if you click on this, it takes you to user settings. And here then you can go to voice and video, and here you can then make sure that your microphone is set correctly. You can make sure that your output device is set correctly. You can adjust volume, etc. And then you could also check with your video settings to make sure that your webcam or other input device is working properly. One thing to keep in mind is with the input, they have this here push to talk, so it's almost like a walkie-talkie. You just want to have voice activity. That's probably going to be the easiest way to do things. And you can then set the indicator here to get a sense of where you're at on the scale here. so that way it picks up your voice right away. Usually that'll take care of any communication issues you might have. Just make sure all the settings are correct. Okay, that kind of wraps things up. I would encourage you guys to check with the Discord invite. The software itself is pretty straightforward, easy to use. And then go ahead and sign up for maybe meeting somebody to play some Vassal games, either live or via email. And if you have rules questions, post them here. And that is about it. Be well.